Well, the user scores are out, and they are not going the way Naughty Dog or Sony would like them to. Hello, this is Mara Jade, and I'm here with another video, and like clockwork, the lapdogs and the media are running interference, like with this headline I found on Forbes.com by the same author who raved about the perfect scores from critics for The Last of Us Part 2, entitled, The Last of Us Part 2 is getting predictably, user score bombed on Metacritic. Yes, the go-to argument for low scores, and that is review bombing. Oh my god. But let's dive into this article and find out his reasons for why he thinks this is the case. Let's go into this, shall we? Oh my god. Well, we all should have seen this coming. Well, granted, yes, we all should have seen it coming based on the leaks that happened a couple months ago, and now with the context proving those leaks to be true, yes, we all should have seen this coming. So why are you surprised? The Last of Us Part 2 has only been out for a few hours, and yet there's already a war raging over on Metacritic. The game is the newest battleground for user score bombing of a major release, where it has a 3.4 out of 10 score, as opposed to its 9.5 out of 10 critical consensus, which puts it as one of the top reviewed games of the generation. And we all know what salt of the earth types the professional critics are. They don't receive kickbacks or perks or anything like that to maybe pad the scores for the games or movies or whatever it is they were reviewing. Nothing. I am already seeing this being used as ammo for the critics are so out of touch with mainstream audiences, and they are, and you are one of them argument. But no, that's not what's happening here. No, that's not what's happening here. No, the scores would be closer if they weren't getting review bombs. Now, granted, are there people like that who purposefully go in to skew the scores of a movie or a game and so forth? Yes, there are people like that. I'm not denying that at all. But to say that that's solely the case, that everyone giving it a low score like that is purposely skewing the results just because, is absurd. It is absurd. You're insulting the intelligence and integrity of the consumer of the game. Consumers don't like that. For some context, The Last of Us Part 2 has been out for exactly 7.5 hours in the US. In some regions, like Australia, it debuted late yesterday, but it's a 25 to 30 hour game. I heard 20 to 30 hours, so we'll say about 25 or so hours of gameplay, roughly. So unless people are doing blitzing speed runs and then immediately going to Metacritic to post angry 0 out of 10 reviews, these scores are made up of people who are either only a few hours into the game, or more than likely have not purchased or played the game at all yet. Again, insulting the consumers. Are there people like that? Sure. But to say that every low score is the result of that? Again, insulting their intelligence, insulting the consumer's integrity, generalizing them all. And sometimes, yes, even after just a few hours of gameplay, if you are not satisfied because a game is supposed to reel you in with the gameplay, it's supposed to suck you in and make you want to play more. If it's not doing that after a few hours, then that game pretty much fucking sucks. I'm sorry. If you at all consider yourself a gamer, which you do, but I very much doubt that, you would kind of know that a little bit. Granted, yes, sometimes the ending is makes it worth it, but most oftentimes, if like with a book, like with a movie, if you do not bring your audience in and keep them, they're going to check out. Doesn't matter how early into the game it is. They're going to check out. Right now, half a day into release in some regions, The Last of Us Part 2 has amassed 5,015 user scores. The Last of Us 1 has 9,628 user scores total for its entire lifespan. So yeah, something fishy is clearly going on. Not necessarily, because if I remember correctly, when Last of Us Part 1 premiered, when it was released, it wasn't exactly what I would call a smash hit. It did gain in popularity over time when word of mouth spread and people started playing it over the years, because it has been about 7 years since the release of The Last of Us Part 1, and so as a result amassed a bigger following than when it initially was released. So yes, I would imagine that there would be more user scores for The Last of Us Part 2 because there would be more people anticipating it than there were for the first game, more anticipation for the second game. A little bit of logic. I'm not saying that that's the reason necessarily, but it's a reason I come with based on the facts that I know. And you're supposed to be a journalist. Alright. Why are these people bombing the game? There are likely 3 reasons. Do tell. Shocker of shockers. The game's prominent use of trans and LGBT characters. We've never seen that in games before. Never. Are you fucking stupid? The spoilers for the game that leaked out ahead of time were context-free. Many people did not like the plot turns revealed. Okay, granted, yes, a little bit of leeway there. Context-free, those leaks in general, sound horrible. But there are times when, within the context, the leaks turn out to be, not so bad. Or, okay, fine, yeah. Taking them out of context, they're worse than they are within context. However, now people are saying them within context, and that context is proving the leaks to be true. I would imagine, would get people pretty damn pissed. If they were already mad to begin with about the leaks. Perhaps some who have played the initial hours and don't like the game, albeit scoring it a 0 out of 10 for clunky controls after a few hours seems extreme, maybe a little bit extreme, maybe a little bit, but if the controls are so clunky after a few hours, that is a shitty product, that is shitty gameplay. You should not have any clunky controls at all. They should smooth out relatively quickly where you've grasped the controls for the game, you know what to do, and that should be well before the few hours of gameplay. And if you're still at that point, that is a crap product. I do not recommend you read the user reviews as they are full of spoilers. I don't think many people care at this point, and most of the spoilers have come out already. I can say this is an organized campaign because anytime you say that, you get asked to point to one specific organizer, which is rarely possible. Not rarely possible, it doesn't fucking happen! There's not one big grand leader pulling the strings of every consumer. None! It's people just saying, I don't like the product. But I do know a number of angry gamer YouTuber types. Am I one of them? That have been ranting about the game since the leaks, so I would not be surprised to count some of their viewers among the user bombers here. We have no control over them. If they want to go in and post low scores, if they've played the game, it's their prerogative. We don't control anything, our viewers do. We don't control their decisions. I fucking ask the viewers after every one of my videos if they're still buying the fucking game. Because it's their prerogative. Do I think that, yes, everyone must agree that The Last of Us is a 9.5 out of 10 like most critics? No, and I do think it's worth examining some critical non-scored reviews. Key thing there, non-scored reviews of the game from the likes of Polygon, Kotaku, and SkillUp. Albeit they're certainly not 0 to 3 out of 10s if the criticism was translated into a number. Again, you're assuming. I do know SkillUp did basically rip the game apart. I don't know about the other two, but you can't assume that they would be not be 0 to 3 out of 10s. You can't assume that. However, this is not your usual critics versus fan divide. This is very clearly 0 out of 10 bombing by thousands of players who have only played a few hours of the game or have not played it at all. Clearly it's only the case. Even if it's just a few hours of gameplay. Again, if you have not drawn the audience in at all, it is a crap product. It doesn't matter if it's a game, it doesn't matter if it's a movie, it doesn't matter even if it's a book. You're supposed to draw the audience in. And if people are playing it for several hours and not finish the game, maybe, just maybe, they're not drawn in enough to warrant giving it a good review because it sucks. Maybe, just maybe, that's the case. Basing their entire scores on a few leaked cutscenes or plot points. Again, insulting the audience. Insulting the consumer. I would expect that Metacritic may take some kind of action here, as they don't take kindly to these sorts of campaigns. I still think they need some sort of verification system that you at least own the game to post a user score, and Rotten Tomatoes has recently instituted something similar for film. Because this is just silly, and I don't think anyone should read anything into the quality of the game on these unbiased truth tellers. Quote, I like how he puts them in quotes, unbiased truth tellers that are currently mobbing the game. Again, insulting the audience, insulting the consumer, Sony, Naughty Dog. You put yourselves in this position. You put yourselves in this position. I don't know what you were thinking. Don't know what you were thinking, but at any rate, what do you think of this article? Do you think that, do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Did you pre-order the game? Are you still planning on buying the game? Are you not planning on buying the game? Let me know down in the comments below. Have you seen the leaks? Have you seen the leaked cutscenes? Have you seen any of the spoilers? Have you seen the Abby sex scene? Lethal Lightning, I still hate you for that. Let me know down in the comments what you think of all that. Again, like I said, if you're still planning on buying the game or not, let me know down in the comments, because I do not tell people what to do with their money. I might not be buying it, but I'm certainly not going to tell anybody what to do with their money. At any rate, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, share it on social media if you will. Tune in tonight on Orange Chat Review Stream. I will be there as part of a panel discussing a debate of a versus debate between EU Darth Vader and EU Darth Malgus. So tune in for that. Also tune in tomorrow night for my live stream that I do weeklies, Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern with Lethal Lightning. This Saturday we will be talking about, with the panel, the Lord of the Rings movies and lore. So tune in for that if you love talking about Tolkien and Middle-earth and all that good stuff. So until my next video and or live stream after Saturday, this is Mara Jade. Take care, catch you on the dark side, and Abby Smash.